I have been working at untangling this for like the past hour, and I just feel like it's getting worse. The thing is, I had it kind of neatly organized on my table, and it fell off, and that's when it got tangled. So we're now having to suffer with the consequences. I should have balled it up, but like also, I really didn't want to because I was like, oh, it's going to be fine. I should have known better. So, hi, welcome to the crochet vlog, where it's actually just the detangle my yarn vlog. I am watching the drama of the game of wool. I'm not a knitter. However, I am curious about the knitting world because most knitters are clothing makers. So it's easier for me to relate to them than other crochet artists right now on TikTok, well, that too, but on YouTube. I've been searching for other garment making crocheters on YouTube, and there's only like five. And they only upload maybe once a week. Sometimes it's like months because some of them do like really good curated videos. It's so hard to find a crochet artist who isn't just into granny squares or amigurumi. Anyways, the first episode was about the Shetland Fair Isle pattern. And I will say, I did try to get into knitting when I was younger, and that was what I was going for. That was the first thing I tried to do, which was a huge mistake on my part. But it's something that I love Fair Isle knits, and I've learned a lot about what a Fair Isle knit is now, and there's like a specific definition to them. If you want to know, there's Deborah Knits who talks about it, and then I don't remember the last person I watched. I think it was like something Fairy Faye. I don't remember their name, but the whole entire show is just worried about virality, it seems like, and making as much money as they can off of knitters and their designs. And one of the contestants, phenomenal job at the Fair Isle pattern or stitching or whatever. I'm a crocheter. I do apologize for not properly getting this right. However, they actually had the technique and he got eliminated, whereas other people didn't actually have the technique. And like it's kind of wild to see this. I think Tom Daly is actually a crocheter. I don't know. I know he's one of the judges. I was pretty sure he was a crochet artist, but I'm probably wrong because I don't really pay attention to super famous, popular crochet people. Maybe there are more people out there. It's just I just don't pay attention. I look for all the goth and alternative people. But like it's wild how bad that show. Like it's not a bad show. Like the program itself is bad. Trying to pit people against each other is bad. And trying to make it into like forcing people to make something in 12 hours for the chance to win money. And okay, apparently Rowan's Yarns or something, that's who's the yarn company is that's sponsoring this show. They took the top 3 knitting patterns and they're selling it themselves for exposure to the artists. The artists aren't getting paid. Wild. So wild. Could not be me. I would break my contract so fast and be like, this is bullshit. Sorry, you owe me money because that is my own pattern. I cannot. Those poor people. Anyways, I've just finished the base of one of my little bonnets. If you guys didn't watch to the end of the last video, here is what the bonnet looks like. So I am now pretty much out of this yarn, and what I have left is about this amount for ruffles, maybe. So I'm just going to leave it in this ball for now, and I'm going to work on this one. This is boysenberry, but I also have cranberry down here, which would be really good. That's not cranberry. This one over here is cranberry. This is a really good color for Christmas. So maybe I should work on this one, but I'm not going to do traditional Christmas colors. So I don't know. But I want to work on the boysenberry one first because this one's going to have a gray trim on it. Hello, Apollo. Did you want to say hi to everybody? Huh? All right, back at it. We have finished yet another base. This is the boysenberry one. This is the Hobie yarn one. And I'm kind of tired of crocheting right now. However, I really, really, really want to get started on this. it's screaming at me. It's telling me, hey, work with me. I'm so pretty. So I'm going to stick this on to my little yarn thing so I can pull from the outside, because this is going to take me a couple days to get through. Plus I work tomorrow, so it'd be a fun little after work activity for me, because I know me, and me's going to want to unwind. Pun intended. So, all right, we're going to put this to the side so that I can do the edging later. I don't feel like doing it all right now, because honestly, you guys saw this. I haven't cleaned up my room yet, but you guys saw this bag last week at the end of the video, and it was so satisfying having six, I don't know how many are in here, completely finished projects in here, because I left a tiny itsy bitsy piece left for just the embroidery. I guess it's not embroidery, none of it's embroidered, it's all just crochet. I'm going to get started on this, and I'll probably see y'all tomorrow after work. Okay, so real quick before I go to work, and I know this lighting isn't the best, but it's winter, basically. It's fall, and the lighting isn't going to be good. I have to go to work soon. It's like what time is it? 1:30ish. Anyways, I want to show you guys my progress. So I didn't work on this last night, but this is the day that I told you I was going to start working on it. Last night I came home and I kind of just wanted to eat and go to bed. So, well, played a little bit of dinkum with my husband and then go to bed. Oh God. So I'm going to move this here onto my thing. But yeah, this is the progress so far. I haven't finished a whole motif, but this is the progress. And then let me show you guys the progress in my sewing room, because I'm starting to get somewhere, and I'm very, well, proud's a word, but I'm happy with the progress so far. So I was finally able to get like this corner kind of cleared out. So that's where my little drawer thing was. And it's in this closet right here now, inside here. So it's just enough space to pull it out. I don't know what I want to put in there yet, but at least it's not in this room. So it gives me a little bit of free space. And then, yeah, I don't think I want to put sewing fabrics in, or sewing notions in there, because I do have this little guy right here, and I have all of my thread. I do think I want to use some of this thread as like a crochet thread, since I didn't grow enough cotton this year to actually make my own. So anyways, up here at the top, we have all my whites and blacks, and then this orange, because it's the one outlier. My mom gave me like the majority of all these, because my mom was, it said Pax in Korean, but like, dry cleaner thing. She did reparations on clothing. So I have all this thread from when my mom had that as like her third job. She had so many jobs as a foreign woman in the United States who had a basically deadbeat dad. I have a lot of respect for my mom, but I also like know she was one of my biggest bullies. So there's that. But like, yeah, this is done. I have this guy, and then I have this. So I want to put this one on the ground. Well, maybe on top of this. So this was like a little table that you bring to bed with you for like a bedside table or bedside breakfast thing. I don't know. My mother-in-law gave it to us, and I've just been using it as like a little mini table because it's cute. So I think I might set this on top of this. So I have like a new like ironing area, because one of my issues is that I would put my sewing table or sewing whatever machine right on top of the or right next to my ironing. And like, I don't have an actual ironing board. I have a little ironing flat thing. It's right here, this guy. This is supposed to be for like on top of your washing machine, but I don't have space for an actual ironing board. So at this point, I don't feel like buying one, because my husband and I are pretty dead set on that we're going to move out of the state one of these days. So I just don't want to use my money on that right now when I have something that works fine. So I think what I want to do is move this and put this on that on top of this, and then move it into this corner over here. That way I have a little bit more space for my sewing. This guy, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. I'll figure it out. Or I could move this over here for sure, and then put this on top of it. I don't know. I'm still working with it. I've been like working little by little if I have a little bit of extra time before work, because like I normally leave an hour and a half before work because I have that kind of anxiety where I'm scared that I'm going to hit really bad traffic and then not be able to get to work on time. And then on top of that, like I had to get myself in the work mood. So I sit in the parking lot for like 30 minutes to like get myself prepped. That's kind of part of my neurodiversity too. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, anyways, that I just wanted to give you guys an update on all that. And then, yeah. All right. Gotta go to work. Hey guys, real quick update. This is my outfit for going to take my sister-in-law to her appointment. I have this little t-shirt on that doesn't fit well up here, but nothing really fits me, let's be honest. I buy clothes in a size that I shouldn't. So I have my yarn in here. We're working on the triangle scarf still, shawl, that's what it's called. We're still working on that. I'm going to see if I can just pull yarn. Oh gosh, please. Oh, hold on. So I'm going to try to see if I can bring this. I mean, I know I can bring this in there, but if I can just use the stick that the yarn is holding on. Yeah, sitting on. If I can just use that, or if I have to use this to pull the yarn. I think I have to use this to pull the yarn because the weight on the little rocker isn't really that good. So also I need to go grab a scarf because I know I'm going to get cold in there. I know I will. All right. Yeah, outfit of the day. Hi, we're home. So I have completed like maybe 6 rows. I know the first row I did was just double crochet all the way across. So probably this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know. I got a lot of rows done while out. We're not quite at the, well, we're starting to get to the color change, but like it already started off pretty pink, which is odd because I think all the other ones don't have the dark, like a lighter color of the original color. Maybe they do. I don't know. Because this one right here, it looks pretty white, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's pretty green. Like you can't see the difference in the screen, but you can for sure for this one. It's supposed to be white, but honestly, it's fine. It's a nice pink color going into a darker pink color, and I'm very excited about that. So yeah, and we're going to continue working on this. I think I can be done with this by tomorrow. Maybe. I am trying to hang out with my best friend tomorrow, but also like I don't know if mentally I'm up for it. Not because of them themselves, but it's because I am still kind of like socialed out. And this is the time of the year where I get like really bummed out just in general. So I don't know. But yeah, we're back. We have fully entered the color changing mode. Oh, this is so pretty. I love this colorway. And I wish I had bought more, but also I don't have money. Maybe if I could sell any of these, I'll buy more because they're $12.99 each, and I just don't have a spot for them right now. But this is probably my favorite colorway. This one, yeah, and this one right here. They're both my favorite colorways. So we also, with that being said, this is the end of the second motif. So I will be doing one more motif and then it will be done. But because I haven't eaten anything really for the last 2 days, I've been eating hot Cheetos or chips and salsa for the past 2 days, and I need to eat something real. And by real, I mean a cup of ramen. I need to eat better, but your girl's poor. So, all right, I'm going to go eat real quick. I don't think I'll be able to finish this tonight, but I think I can be like halfway through the third motif by the end of the night. It's 7:20 right now, and I'm probably going to play Dinkum with my husband tonight. Yeah, I'm going to play Dinkum with my husband tonight, so that will be what I'm doing tonight. All right, food time, dinner, din, 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 din. I'm playing Infinity Nikki again. You guys want to listen to this cute little gem of a whatever this thing is? Feywish. Anyways, I probably won't get much finished tonight. I'm only crocheting between dialogues. And luckily, they're talking this time. I did put in my survey that I would enjoy them to do more talking dialogues. So hopefully, this whole entire storyline has talking in it. Because I don't pay attention if they're not talking. No, Mike, sorry. I didn't show you guys my outfit of the day. Let me get you guys a better angle. But here it is. I have crusty makeup now, but I wore the little headdress, and then I wore the skirt I made a few years back. We went to H Mart. So yeah, it was fun. Yeah. Dinkum time. I was about 4 rows away from being done with this, and then I got to the point and it just didn't match up. And then I started counting, and one side's bigger than the other, so I gotta go back, figure that out, find out why that happened, and then I've already frogged 2 rows. Dang it. I ended up frogging at least 10 rows, and it's still not perfect, but what I'm going to do, I'm going to skip, not this side, but on this side, I'm going to skip 1 stitch because it's just 1 stitch off instead of 3 or 4. I think at one point it was 6 stitches off, so I got to be more careful. If I make a mistake, I can't just let it go. I can't, yeah. Ugh. Good morning. Well, afternoon. What time is it? It's 4:35 and it's already starting to get dark, and I hate it so much. But anyways, I apologize for not being able to upload this week. I am in the process of editing that tutorial, and I'm like more than halfway done. Well, if you don't count the music, if you count just the tutorial without like the additional things that I need to add, I'm about halfway done. But I need to take a break because too much thinking. Brain needs break. Okay, so I am in the process of making my own like little alcohol mix. So my poor little plant out here, let me show you what these bugs have done to my plant. My poor plant, if you can see, all these little bugs living on it. I've been trying to do a good job at keeping it alive, but it's browned, which is not good for it, obviously. I think it's gonna die soon anyways because it's winter, but like I want to do what I can to try and prevent this from next season because I'm going to do this again. I want to plant more, but I'm making the mix right now to get rid of these little guys because these guys are ruining it. So what I've read is that it's 4 parts water, 4 parts water, 1 part alcohol. So 1/5 alcohol. I have this little bottle. I was looking for my like actual spray bottle. I have no idea what happened to it. I bought it before we moved to this house, I think, or maybe after, and I can't find it. So I'm going to fill this up with water real quick. It's only going to be a little bit, but that's fine. I can just replenish it whenever I need because why not? Yeah, let me do that real quick. I'm afraid it might be too late for the big plant, but like I said, this is the end of the growing season. So I think I'll be fine. Maybe. I don't know. Because like I have so many seeds. Cotton plants make a lot of seeds. So I think that's about 1/5 of it, the bottle. Let me do a little tiny bit more. Okay. I'm going to say that's definitely more than 1/5, but whatever kills them, you know. I was using straight alcohol on them earlier, and it does kill them. Don't get me wrong. Like that, I was putting it like dipping a cotton swab inside of the bottle, but like it's just so much work to do it that way. So hopefully this works. Like I said, I'm not expecting this big plant to survive. I'm not expecting either of them to survive, to be honest, because I'm not a good plant carer. I want to be, specifically for like food wise. I know I bought, well, obviously, well, it's not obvious, but we bought, not pumpkins, potatoes recently so that I can start growing my own potatoes because that's something super easy to grow. And I think my mother-in-law might buy me like a little planter for Christmas. I ask for nothing for Christmas. I don't actually like Christmas that much. It's, as a neurodiverse person, it's not for me. As somebody who grew up in an emotionally neglectful family, it's not for me. But if she insists, I will take a planter because I really want to get some food growing in this yard because Florida soil is not good enough to be planting right in the ground. Yeah. All right, we're going to spray this down. Spritz, spritz, spritz. Yeah, like I said, I don't think this poor plant is meant for the world, but at least I can get these guys out. Cut off some of the worst looking leaves. I kept some on there just to make it look ornamental still, but it's not good for the plant to have dead leaves on it anyways. Some of these are okay. I might actually lob this one off, to be honest. These ones probably need to be cut off, and then These ones, I don't think they're going to survive. There's no way that they're going to survive this winter. So, but I'm doing what I can to learn and grow with plants because I want to be a better plant owner. Alrighty, folks, update. I have finished editing, like doing the tutorial part. So I did get a lot more progress done today than I thought I would. I do need to add music. And at this point, I'm not sure if I want to do royalty-free music or add music so I can promote other artists. But I need to find something that would kind of match the vibe of what I'm going for. So that's going to take a long time. I know me. This is a 48.5-minute video, 49-minute video. So I'm going to have to find 49 minutes worth of royalty-free music, and I don't have any services for royalty-free music. I had to find what I gotta find. On top of that, I have to make a cover video, whatever, so that people can look at it and be like, oh my god, that's a tutorial. Let me click on it, you know? And then so many other things. So I will be working on that. It is 6 p.m. It is pitch dark outside. I am so upset that it's this dark out. Here comes the depression. I'm not there yet. I have had sad moments, and that's probably part of the reason why I haven't been recording. So I will apologize in advance. I think the next couple of months I will probably be posting maybe every other week. I will try to continue posting every week if I can. But for me, my videos, I feel like me personally, for my videos, I like to have them at least over 40 minutes long. And from everything I recorded from my last video or for last week, it was 16 minutes, and that's without editing. So we'll see how it goes. I will also be a little bit busy with work. I do work in the tourism industry, so it is busy season for us, especially starting on Friday. Black Friday is usually the busiest day, on top of Christmas being pretty busy. But yeah, just giving y'all a heads up. All right, let me get back. Oh, Christmas I probably won't be posting because I did offer to pick up a shift on Christmas Day, and I may or may not pick up Christmas Eve. So that week, I will guarantee you I'm not posting that week. I might have something up my sleeves. I think I do have more tutorials like backlogged that I've recorded that I just need to edit. So maybe I'll do that. Just a heads up. We got the kitty cat special over here. I got some tuna on bread with mayo and cheese. I made it a little bit spicy. I'm trying to do like not quite meal prep, but kind of like make some stuff ahead of time so that I don't have to keep on making, because like I know this winter I need to keep myself busy. That's what I gotta do every single winter. If you suffer from seasonal depression, this is something like to get ahead. I'm 33 years old, so I've been dealing with seasonal depression like for a long freaking time. And I don't know if this is helpful for anybody else, but for me, I like to, sorry, I was going to try to get a nice bright screen on there, but you're going to get dark mode for me. A way to get yourself prepared for seasonal depression, because you never know when it's coming. I know that it's around winter time and that I have little spurts here and there before it really hits. And since I've already had those little spurts, you know, a lot of times I don't end up eating. And because right now we're an ingredient house, because I just prefer our house to be an ingredient house, so I don't overeat, because I either overeat or I don't eat at all, you know? It's not quite meal prep, but it's like prepping enough for at least another day. Like you make one meal and then you'll have another meal later, you know? Anyways, I think this is really off topic and kind of personal, but all right. I might do some searching for music today for the tutorial. I did post a short about the tutorial coming, so now I'm being held accountable. It has to be done by the end of this month, but I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get it done. I just uploaded photos from my camera from y'all up onto my computer, so I can at least get the thumbnail like kind of started. That one's going to be much easier to do than finding royalty-free music. I kind of want witch house style music over it, So if I can't find enough royalty free, then I will just end up doing, like, I'll give credit to actual artists, musicians over this, because like I don't expect myself to ever make money off of here. I would love to. I absolutely would love to make money off of here. But at my age, I am overcooked, I guess the word is. I am old. I don't feel like I'm old. I still feel like I'm in my 20s, which isn't old at all. And because I am pretty like in the know of online culture, I don't feel super old, but I know I'm not relevant, and that's okay. Like I said, I don't expect to ever make money off of this. I want to make money off of my art. And that's why I don't really try to like make super edited thumbnails or try to make like super edited videos. I make my videos literally a vlog because I don't mind. Like I do mind because I'm poor right now. I'm not going to lie. And this is getting a little bit personal. I absolutely overdrafted recently, and it's partially due to my mental health, but also partially due to the fact that I don't have a full-time job. Mentally, that's part of the reason why I don't have a part-time job. I am ADHD. It makes it really hard for me to have a part-time job or a full-time job, part-time too sometimes, but it makes it really hard on me. And I don't know, man. I don't know. It's rough. I would love to make money off of here. And I know I keep on talking about it and I keep on nailing the same point, but I'm not expecting it. So anyways, let me get back to eating my kitty cat special and maybe I'll get this tutorial out at the end of this week. I was so excited to tell you guys that I was back to where I had first frogged my project, but I did this row completely wrong. So instead of doing like 5 5 chain stitches between each 9 shell, I just single crocheted. I gotta restart again, but I'm very close to being back to that point where I was before I frogged 14 rows. Boy, oh boy, my hand hurts. But I want to at least get to that point and then start bleaching my hair because my roots are so bad right now. And I just want to get that done. So, plus I work tomorrow and I don't really have time to do my roots tomorrow. And over the working days that I have, I love to crochet. I would love to crochet, but the job that I have usually is physically demanding. And by the time I get home, I'm just exhausted and I don't want to crochet. So I want to get as far as I can. That way I can like maybe on Tuesday or Wednesday do a preview video for shorts, but also for Instagram and TikTok, the business account. I'd be like, hey, this is what's going to come to the store as soon as I get everything pumped out. So, all right, we're going to frog this yet again and then get back to where we were. Fingers crossed I don't mess up again. All right, finally, I can tell you that I'm back at the point that I was before. And I did it properly because these 3 stitches right here, or the spaces right here, need to have 7 shell stitches, or like a shell stitch, but 7. I know that doesn't make sense, but 7 double crochets in each of these spaces. And whatever the previous stitch was lines up. So we're on the right track. I'm not going to go back and count these. I assume, because I only messed up once on my way back up, that they are even. I counted it after I saw that mess up, so they should still be even. This is such a gorgeous colorway, and I'm sad that this is going to be one that I'm going to depart with. But if I can sell one of these, then I can buy 2 cakes of this yarn, make one for myself, and then sell the other one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sell it. I don't know how to advertise for myself. So we're almost done. I can't wait to get this out of my hands and then get back to the little guys right here, the headdresses, because I do have 3 of them made up. Or is it just 2? I have 2 of them made up, and I want to get into doing the 3rd one, which is going to be a red-ish one, more Christmassy colors. And I think I actually want to do a black one. So those work up pretty fast, but I'm going to wait until maybe next weekend to do it. But yeah, I'm very excited to get back to where I was and then get my hair done. So after this row is done, then I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rows. And then I'll be done. Done. We got some fresh bleached hair. Feel a little bit like myself now. By the way, I only have this much yarn left, but I have 2 rows left to do. Albeit they're all chains. I'm not going to have enough to finish it. So I know I added extra stitches here and there. I don't know where. And I do not feel like going back and fixing that. So that being said, I think what I will do is I will take all the stitch markers out except for one. And I may buy 1 more cake of this. Let me see if Michael's has a sale. I can't buy it right now. And that's really unfortunate. I might have to push this release for later. I have 1 done, and it's that one purple one I did on the ship. And then I could do another one, but it's not very Halloweeny, Valentine's Day-ish. Oh, this sucks. This really sucks. But these ones aren't close enough in color. No, they're not close enough in color too. So anyways, going back to what I was saying, I need to buy another one of these skeins. Let me check on Michael's website and see how much it is right now. It was it normally is $12.99. So it's 30% off right now. I do have a gift card. This is not an absolute emergency, and nobody's expecting me to put this out yet. But like also, you can get a 12 pack for $109. That makes it $9 each. Phew. Maybe one day. Oh, there's no ship to me. It says unavailable. Whatever. So it's $12.99 with 30% off. I can't afford that right now. But I think, yeah, I'm going to go back to my plan of taking all the stitch markers out. I know I added a stitch somewhere in here, and that's completely on me for not counting and not going back and fixing it right away. This sucks. But if I buy another cake of this, then I'll have a little bit of extra from that other cake to put like from the inside onto the end of this. Because that's kind of like, let me see how much. I had this much left from the last one. Hello. This much left from the last one. And that's just enough to do one last row, I feel like. Maybe not. I don't know. I'm not going back to fix it. So that sucks. All right. Well, I'm going to start on another project. I learned how to make a bonnet recently. I was looking through Reddit. Well, not Reddit. I looked it up on Google. I was looking up how to make a bonnet crochet pattern. And basically what they said was like make a circle and like make it as big as the back of your head. And then once you get to that part, instead of like completing the circle for the next row, you just kind of go back and forth and back and forth. So I think that's what I want to do right now. I don't know if that's going to look good or not, but I do have quite a bit of like yarn that I don't know what to do with. Acrylic yarn. My hands are kind of tired of working with a 3.5 millimeter yarn right now. So I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to take all these stitch markers out, be sad that I don't have that yarn right now, and then do something with that. Remember this yarn? I don't know what to do with it. So I think this is what I'm going to use for the bonnet. It's one of those, like, I kind of want to use it before I make anything for anybody else for it. That's kind of how I use most yarns in general, is like I kind of make something for myself, and if I like it enough, then I'll make more of them. The last time I bought something similar to this from Hirschner's, it was like one of their Halloween yarns, and I hated it, but I was like, I'll just make some berets. And I'm not going to lie, nobody really liked those. I don't know, maybe I have too many berets in my inventory, but I might just, frog them and then make them into something else. At this point, I'm not entirely sure, but I want to try to make the bonnet with this, and then like maybe make little hearts as like the drawstring kind of thing. Yeah. So I don't think I'll have enough to make more than just that, because I think this will be enough. So usually with this much yarn, I can make like 1.5 berets, maybe 2 if I'm really pushing it. So I think I can make 1 bonnet with this and maybe a little bit of the scarf. So that's what we're going to try to do. Keep on forgetting to tell y'all, I applied for a market. I applied again for a Goblin market, and I also joined their volunteer Discord, because I think if January turns out to be the way that it normally is for the tourism industry, I'm probably going to be off. So if I don't get accepted to the market, I can at least try to volunteer some time and like try to make more art friends, because at the end of the day, I don't get out enough, and I really want to make more local friends that are into some of the same hobbies that I am. Yeah. So there's 2 little ifs, what ifs, you know. By the way, the thing with the Goblin market is that they very much do like a discount market style thing. So if anything, I could at least list the purple one, and I could make the green one. And then if I really, really can't afford to get the rest of that rhubarb yarn, I can at least put this one on sale for like, not online, but use it as a discount point, because I really want, it's a gorgeous piece. I could also keep it for myself. Selfishly, I could keep it for myself, and just because I do have black yarn as well as another purple one. So I don't think I'm going to end up buying more yarn. It's just the fact that I don't have the money to be buying yarn. I do have the $100 gift card sitting right here in my eyesight, but that is literally for emergencies, and I don't think that this would be considered an emergency. Some might beg to differ, but this is not an emergency. Me doing this business is not my full-time gig. If anything, it's barely even a part-time gig. Like, I just do it for the fun of it. I'm not making very much money off of it. I make maybe like $10 a month. So yeah. All right. Here is how far we've gotten. We've gotten 4 rows done, or 4 rounds done. So this one definitely, I think I want to do about 15 rows. We'll see. We'll measure it up when I get there. I have a feeling I'm not going to like the way that it's shaped, but like I said, we'll see when we get there. This yarn is just, it feels nice. It feels okay. I do really like Hirschner's yarns. They're pretty soft. This specific color that I'm working with right now, probably not my favorite out of the mix, but the rest of it's really pretty. So yeah. Hi, surprise. I'm playing Infinity Nikki. I don't know if you can hear it. I don't feel like turning it down because my desk is a mess. So first of all, let me tell you, I'm probably going to take this apart. Just so you know, I don't think that I want to make a hood. I'm not entirely sure what I want to make, but whatever. Also, I'm very, very excited for Infinity Nikki. I've been watching a lot of recaps. I've been watching all the teasers and the preview stuff. And because I will be working a lot more for the holidays, because it is really busy in the tourism industry still after everything, I believe that I want to do not a stream, but like a game with me kind of thing. So that entails me playing like some of the storyline, the verbal storyline. I don't want to play, well, I have ADHD, so we'll see how far I go. But I also crochet during the story time, so I kind of feel like it still like wraps into what I do in general anyways. I probably won't be playing on the 2.0 launch day, because that's when we're celebrating Thanksgiving with my in-laws, but I want to do it Wednesday. And so Wednesday, I plan on editing this video because I am working Thursday. I think it's a night shift. It's not yet. I have to get that settled. I have to go into whatever, but it's supposed to be like a night shift, and I want to still play this game. So Anyways, I'm just letting you guys know that I'm very excited, and that's kind of how I'm going to counter the whole entire not being able to upload every week, kind of. Maybe. I don't know. I still want to put out the pattern, but I haven't gotten around to looking for music. I apologize. But it will be out by the end of the month. So there's that. All right. I'm going to continue eating my bread and soup and then watch more Infinity Nikki. And yeah, oh, I wanted to say, so when you play Infinity Nikki, when you log into Infinity Nikki, it says enter Mirrorland, but this new 2.0 version is Itzaland. Are we going to enter Itzaland or are we entering Mirrorland? How is that going to work? I don't know if the login screen is going to be different because, you know, by the time this video comes out, the game has already launched, so I won't know until after this comes out. All right, for realsy, I'm going to eat. Taking a little break from Infinity Nikki, I put this yarn to the side because I'm not quite ready to start on a new project or a new idea yet. I have a bunch of ideas because I've been cleaning that room, right? And I remembered that I bought like these little plastic heart containers, and I kind of want to like make a neck piece, and then that little like dangling thing. I don't know how to explain it, but I've seen so many people wear it, and it's usually like pearls or something. But I want to do a crochet version of it because I don't have that many. I do have pearls, but I don't have enough to do that. I might add pearls to it, and I might use this yarn. I'm not sure yet, but I already know how to make this. So I need to like really get down and get this done, because even though I'm pushing my release or my drop day till after the end of this month, I still need to work on this. And I'm kind of tired of working on the virus shawl because I messed up so badly on the other one. So I need to get back to this. And then I think I should have, well, I think I have more yarn. What colors do I have? I have black in here. And what other colorway? Yeah, I have black in here. So I can make this one in the cranberry color. I have these two, and then I have black. And with that, I believe I can do, sorry, I just woke up from a nap not too long ago, but I think I can get at least this done. I get 4 colorways out and have just one drop like this, and then make another drop later on in the month, and then make another drop after that, closer to Valentine's Day. So yeah, the thought process is get these out, have this one done first, because this one I do actually have like kind of Christmassy colors in, and then have the next one done, which I will be doing another 2 virus shawls. One of them is going to be the foresty whatever, and then the other one's going to be the black and white. And then if I have enough money, I'll go buy more yarn. That way I can have the pink-ish one, the rhubarb one. I'm sad that that didn't come out the way I wanted to. But like I said, it's something that I can have for myself now. I take the scraps for myself. And I do have that purplish one. So I'll have at least 3 to go online. And then after that, I'll do the heart spiderweb beret, because I have all of the berets made up over here. I just gotta get the pattern onto them, and then yeah. All right, I'm going to continue doing this, and that way I don't have to think about anything, because what I really want to do is get back into the sewing room. I don't really want to think about crochet right now. I would love to think about crochet, but I really need to get all this like crochet business stuff done, because I took a few years off from full-time. I used to be full-time. I used to try to be like this career girly. I used to want to climb up the corporate ladder, and I realized it wasn't for me, especially during COVID. I learned that it was not for me. My brain cannot handle that. This was before I learned I was ADHD. Somebody had hinted to me that I might be ADHD, but I hadn't realized that I really was, because I'm like, oh, there's no way I'm ADHD. I don't jump off the wall I don't bounce off the wall. I have a career, blah, 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 whatever. That's not how ADHD works, especially in women, especially if you're ADHD. I, I think both neurodiversities bounced off of each other to present or help me present kind of normally in a way, with some tendencies of not being normal. Anyways, that's not the point of this conversation. The point is that after burning out from that, I went to another job and I did full time there, and that wasn't what I wanted either. And after burning out from that, because I ended up snapping at somebody because the job wasn't what I needed. That's where I was finally diagnosed with ADHD. And then I hadn't suspected being autistic yet. I finally came back to the tourism industry. And that's when I started learning that I was autistic. And that's when I learned I can't really hold a normal job. And that's why I've been bouncing around jobs so often. I have never been able to finish school so often. I've gone to school multiple times, but couldn't finish a degree because my brain kept on being like, you don't want to do this anymore. I quit jobs, usually burn the bridges. I will say the last job I had, I didn't burn any bridges. And this job, I don't think I will be burning any bridges once I leave, because I know it's coming. And my issue is I've been calling out too much, so I can't necessarily leave yet. And I'm trying really, really hard to leave on good terms. But all that being said, I think I will have to go back to full time. I've been very, very lucky that my husband has been able to bear the weight of the bills on his shoulders. He makes pretty good money, and I've been able to just supplement it. So he pays the big bills and I pay the smaller bills, and it will still most likely be that way. But because I might have to go full time, which will be a little bit from now, because I've been calling out too much, so they can't really trust me to go full time yet. But once they can get the points back up, I can go back to working full time, which means I will probably heavily be slowing down on what I'm doing here. I've I've cried about it a couple times the past 2 days, because this is what I'm passionate about, and I might start crying again. I'm passionate about making art, doing fashion, showing off my art, even though I have terrible editing skills. This is what I'm passionate about, but unfortunately, it doesn't pay the bills. And I'm going to have to slow down on doing art stuff and take advantage of the time I have now to pump out what I can. That way, maybe I can slowly get back to where I was. I don't know. It makes me very sad to finally announce this, but I can no longer afford this lifestyle. I don't know. I feel like such a burden to everybody. I feel like I am a waste of space. I feel like I'm wasted potential. And I hate saying this about myself. I've been pretty depressed about it. I posted about it on TikTok recently, about how I don't think my art style will ever get to where I want to be, because my style changes so often. Like I jump between crochet and sewing so often, which is fine because they're both in the fashion realm. The issue is I can't stick to one type of silhouette. I can't stick to one thing long enough to hone in my skills and to really perfect something and really like make money off of it. And like, it's not that I want to make money. Like I said, I'm just trying to make enough money to support my hobbies. But at this point, my hobbies are consuming everything, and I can't support myself because my current job doesn't pay the bills. So it hurts me to have to say this, but I will be stepping back from YouTube. Not quite, maybe not YouTube, just in general, stepping back from making art. It will probably come down to like once a month posts. It will be at least like 4 months before this change takes place, but I figured I'd say it now out loud so that I can get that chip off my shoulder. Yeah. All right. Well, sorry to bog y'all down, but I am, like I said, I'm working on these. I'm going to get one more colorway after this, maybe two, but I doubt it. Just one more colorway of this. Maybe I'll make one in the red for myself. That way I can at least get this online sometime soon. So I can like start talking about it, I guess. Update on my little... So the crimson one is done. I will be making a black one. And also update on my, what's it called? My pattern release. The tutorial at least. So I've pretty much got the music that I want to use set. I just got to download it and then like insert it into the video. And while doing so, I found a producer called Gray Skies, and they do a bunch of like post-punk style music, and it's really good to hear. He has or they, I don't know their gender. They have a lot of free to use music on there, and it's very inspiring for lyricists or vocalists to just sing over it. You do have to pay if you are trying to profit off of it, but the non-profit use is you could use it, upload to YouTube and SoundCloud without monetization, which is really amazing that there's producers out there like this. I am going to subscribe to them right now because they have got really good background sounds. So because I have finished this, I told myself I'd listen to all their music on shuffle, and then when I finished this up, then I would start uploading everything. So that's, now that this is done, I must start. All right, just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. Well, not really a heads up, but like just let you guys know where a lot of the music is coming from. Gray Skies, very good producer. Update. So the music is loaded onto the video, and all I really need to do now is just remember or write down the order of the music that I put it in, because I want to put it in my credits as well. But I also put the music in the bottom right corner so that if you all want to use it, you can use it. I am so very excited. All I need now is the thumbnail, but right now I need to take care of the corn casserole I'm making for the in-laws. I am going to rewatch this real quick while crocheting. I did start on the black one, and then I got a little bit frustrated. Not really. Like, you can't really see the... Yeah, you can't really see. You probably can in the back camera, but I don't feel like doing that right now. But it's like, I don't know. This, it feels different from the other bamboo. That doesn't matter. I'm going to rewatch this. It's a 49-minute long tutorial because I did skip some parts, as in like the length. But you'll see that if you do plan on using this pattern, you'll see that I kind of made it up to y'all to do the length. Okay, back at it. Making my corn casserole, and my corn muffin mix came in two different packaging. See? Two different packages. Silly. Oh, wait, you can't see it. 1, 2. Plastic. Paper. Corn casseroles are in the oven. My oven's dirty, but don't worry about that. They're baking 45 minutes. We have this much of the black one done. And then I did move on because I want to wear this tomorrow. We have the little ruffles on the red one done, the crimson one. So it's very Christmassy, and yeah, it's very Christmassy, and it's gonna pair well with one of my outfits. I think I'm going to wear a red outfit tomorrow. So tomorrow morning, I'm gonna wake up a little bit early, get my makeup done, get most of my clothes on, and then after I do that, I'm going to finish crocheting the little strings and then tying in all of this, and then we'll have a new bonnet. Oh, this is kind of... I did a little bit different here. I didn't attach it to this ruffle, so it kind of gives it more of a, like a 3D look. And I like it. All right, I gotta go to bed. Hi. Good Tuesday. This is my outfit for today. So this is the finished bonnet, and it's longer than the last one I made. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. I do really like how the ruffles came out on this one, though. It's a lot more ruffly shaped and not just like flat. So that's really good to see. And then yeah. Anyways, there's sound coming from one of these light bulbs, and I'm not really a fan of it. Also, I sneezed really hard, and now this doesn't button. To be fair, I was using hook and eyes, so that's on me. One of the hooks were missing, and now two of the hooks are missing, so it needed a repair anyways. It's being covered by the back of this, so we're all good. I need to pack up some food because we're doing Thanksgiving today. My husband and I work in, well, my husband, my mother-in-law, and I all work in the tourism industry. And my sister-in-law, she's the only one that's able to get Thanksgiving off because she works for like a local small business. But that's why we're doing all the cooking. I did the corn casserole last night, and I have some extra, and I thought I was going to bring some to work, but I'm really heavily debating on whether I want to do that anymore or not because it was so yummy, but we'll see. And yeah. Oh, also, this string is longer than the one I made the last time, and I do enjoy the length of this one. Instead of 50 foundation single crochets, I did 70, and this is like the perfect length. So, all right. Also, I gotta put my shoes on. All right, see you later. Well, it's the end of the week, and I get to tell you guys everything that we finished, which isn't a lot, but also isn't not a lot. So this week, we got, well, in the past 2 weeks, I do apologize again for only posting every other week. I will say, I think until I start my full-time career, I hate calling it that because I hate, anyways, before that happens, I will probably be slowing the vlogs to once every other week because I am extremely slow fashion, and that being the case, I can only get a few things done in 1 week. And on top of that, I have a feeling I'm going to continue working 4 days a week. I do have higher seniority in my work location, so I will most likely be getting prioritized in getting shifts. And I will, of course, need to pick up that fourth day so I can recuperate from that overdraft. And I hate that I had to tell y'all that. I don't think I had to tell you guys that, but I just kind of want to be real with y'all. I am pretty honest on here, and I wish I weren't so honest and talkative about stuff like that, but it's a perspective thing, and I just want to say that it's not livable, and I need to be okay with that. It's one of those, it's a coping mechanism for me. That's where I'm going to end it. It's a coping mechanism, and I felt like I needed to say something to help me like finalize and be like, yeah, this needs to happen. You have to do this. This is why you're doing this. So anyways, going back to the every other week thing, I most likely will be picking up or working 4 days a week just to slowly reintroduce myself to working 5 days a week. And then on top of that, I instead will be maybe doing gaming videos in between Let's Play videos. I already have a game in mind right now. It's Infinity Nikki. Once I finish showing you guys everything I made this week, I do plan on working on that, putting a little bit of makeup on and playing Infinity Nikki and doing not a vlog, but a Let's Play of that while I am crocheting. So I already have the crochet idea in mind. I'm going to continue working on these little guys, and then maybe I'll work on the little shawl, but I doubt it. But I for sure will be planning on working on those while I'm doing the hour-long Let's Play. On top of that, well, not on top of that, let me get to showing you everything that I've made this week. Starting off with this one. This is the very first bonnet I made, and I'm very proud of it. It is the tester run, so I am changing up a few things for the future. I will not be sewing this top part down to here. I will also be elongating this. I might like close it in a little bit more up here. I don't know yet, because this ended up shorter than the future ones, but this is the very first one I made, and I'm very proud of it. I'm very happy with it, and I can't wait to keep on making these because this is one of my favorite patterns right now. The second one I finished this week. Well, it's not quite finished. I have a feeling I'm going to frog it because, well, hold on. I think I finished other things before that. I made another one in crimson. I haven't finished the edging yet, but you can kind of see, isn't that pretty? And then I also did another one. I think the reason why it ended up longer, yeah, this one is a smaller yarn than this one. So I think this one is going to be for sure what I mean, this is loops and threads. So this one's readily available to me. Whereas this one is from Hobie and I can no longer get it. So I may give this one away in the future. I'm not entirely sure yet because this crimson color is very closely, like, very close in colorway. So this is my new go-to. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one yet. I'll figure something out. Then I did work on this shawl. So I did start talking about it a little tiny bit. But I think what I'm going to do with this shawl, gorgeous, gorgeous shawl, I'm going to frog it again, find where that mistake is, and then fix it. I don't think I'll have, well, okay, so once the holiday season is over, I will probably go back to Michael's and purchase another rhubarb if they have it in stock. If it's not in stock, then it's not meant to be. That's kind of why I liked shopping in store. It's just one of my ways of balancing my spending. If it's not in the store, it's not meant to be. So I will go back and frog this and then figure out where the mistake is, because at this point I'm pretty set on this not being released for a couple weeks at the very least. These will be released very soon. These ones maybe soon. Maybe next month. We'll see. I want to get this back to where it's perfectly set so that I can sell it and then make one for myself, because like it is selfish of me to keep it, but also I don't really have anything that matches this outfit quite yet. Maybe one thing, but like, I don't know. I just want it to be perfect. I'm the type of person that will continually go back and fix it. When I was a kid in piano classes, what I would do anytime I would mess up, I would stop where I was at, go back to the beginning and play. So like the beginning of the thing was perfect. Almost every time it was perfect. And then I would get more and more frustrated because my brain couldn't handle it anymore. And then this was way before being diagnosed with ADHD. I wouldn't understand why I couldn't keep on playing it perfectly. And then it would just keep on going up and up and up, my anger. So anyways, I'm going to find it. I know it's not in the first motif. It's somewhere in the second motif that I messed up. So once I get back to that, we'll work that up. These ones are pretty easy makes anyways. It's just a matter of finding time to do it. It's so addicting. So I think it's one of those I have to make one every other week, because if I do it every week, then I'm going to burn myself out on it, because it is a lot and it is pretty heavy. Like, it's not super heavy. Like, these ones are actually pretty heavy too. It's just when you're like, I need to get like a little table. Oh, you know what? That little table, the breakfast in bed table that I have over in the spare room. It's my sewing room. I might bring it in here and use it as like a little table to hold onto my crochet, because like while you're crocheting, you kind of have to hold this, but you also have to hold your tension, and then you have to hold this and hold your tension. And it hurts. It hurts after a while, and it's how you develop carpal tunnel. Not only because I use pencil grip, and so my wrist is being used a lot. It's a lot on your wrists. So I'm trying to be a little bit more delicate with myself. Anyways, that's what's going on with this one. And then I have this black one. Oh, wait, did I finish? No, I finished this one. This is the one I wore yesterday. This is how I'm going to do it from now on. This does kind of flip over, but like you can kind of fandangle it down. But I think I like it flipped over, to be honest. It kind of gives it more roughly shape. I love this one. I love the colorway. I love how low it sits, because I think I even mentioned it when I put this one on. Maybe not, because I forgot to record. I forgot to record a lot. Let me be honest here. I forgot to record a lot, but I love that it like kind of hangs over your ears a little bit, so it's kind of like an ear warmer without being said that it's an ear warmer. And then like I just really love these ruffles. I do have fabric that matches this, and I've been wanting to get into the sewing room and make something out of it. However, it's overwhelming how much fabric I have in there. My sister-in-law did tell me that she's making like a little care package for her kindergarten teacher who does like volunteering somewhere. I don't know exactly what the volunteer work is, but I know it involves children. And as somebody who cares about the future of our generations, who doesn't blame Gen Z or Gen Alpha for being who they are because they're growing up in a different time period, so we can't expect them to do the same exact things that we did. Let's be honest here. I want more children to have the opportunity to get into sewing and like just crafts and arts in general. And so I'm probably going to go donate them. Well, give them over to my sister-in-law, and she's going to donate them to her kindergarten teacher who's doing stuff too. Because like it's just lovely seeing younger generations just get into arts and crafts, especially in the world we live in right now, where the arts and crafts are being commodified or commodity. I don't know what the word is, but they're being taken over by big corporations. They're being taken over by AI. They're being devalued, especially in fashion. Like you guys see how long it's been taking me to make these things. 2 weeks. And like, I would say these are pretty quick makes, but like, if you think about it, like if you were to buy something like this in Walmart, they'd sell it for $20. And like, this is not $20 worth of work. Like, I'm not somebody that sells my work based on labor. I sell based on yarn times like whatever. It's mostly a feeling thing for me. And I know that's controversial, but if you're selling things, if you're selling crochet, if you're selling clothing, know that you are probably going to be selling at a loss, and you cannot sell on labor unless you're couture. And I am not couture. So unfortunately, I will only be able to sell below labor wages. I don't plan on ever hiring employees. That's one of the reasons why I kind of want to get my tutorials out there. Oh, that's another thing. I have not finished the thumbnail. I am so close to finishing the thumbnail. But once I finish the thumbnail, the tutorial is coming out. So we'll have this video out today. Maybe tomorrow or Friday we'll have the tutorial come out. And then shortly after that, I'll have the Infinity Nikki. My schedule is going to be messed up for a little bit. Just warning y'all, because I have to get used to working on Thursdays now. I think my new days of work are going to start being Thursdays. And I think that's mostly because this year the holidays fall on Thursdays mostly. But yeah, I'm going to figure something out, and then yeah. Anyways, we have one last thing that we've finished, which is the black version of this. And you can't see, you can kind of see, which it's fine, like whatever. I can only make one of this one because I only bought one skein, and like I'm working on one more crimson one, and this is about how much I have left of the first skein. So in the future, I'll have to buy 2 skeins at a time. I think I'd have enough for 2 and then some, maybe some ruffles. But yeah, yeah, that's all. I did start working on this thing. I'm learning. The more into fashion that I get, the more into making my own clothes that I get, the less I want to work with self-striping yarns, unless I have like something very particularly planned and I buy like 3 skeins or cakes of them. I am completely fine with color phasing yarns. That's honestly one of my preferred yarns, but self-striping yarns aren't really my jam because like there's just too much color going on in them. And I like to decorate on top. Like I think I'm more of a textures person. I love color, and I make my clothing more like monochrome. Not, I wouldn't say I'm super monochrome. I'm pretty not monochrome, but I try to kind of stick to monochrome and then make my fashion more interesting by texture. So that being said, yeah, you guys already know I'm not into self-striping yarns. I think that it's fun for like maybe berets. I might make a beret. I don't know yet. Whenever I get bored of working on these, because I am fully in headdress bonnet season. Like I was into berets for the last 2-3 years, but I think bonnets or headdresses are where it's at now. This one particularly is my favorite like style, and maybe I'll get into different ones in the future, different kinds of ruffles, but for now this is what I want to do, and I'm very excited to launch this. I think this is the one that I'm going to have out. I know this is going to be the one I have out first. So since we have these two colors, we have one more colorway that I'm going to work on. And then I think I know I have more color yarns, more bamboo yarns, because it is my favorite. If I have the energy, I'll make it in a huge range of color yarns. I do believe that I need to buy more white bamboo yarn. And because bamboo yarn is like $7.99, I think. It's not that I don't want to spend the money on it, but as a little reward to myself for working 4 days a week at the end of December after New Year's, I will reward myself by buying another cake of the rhubarb and then maybe 1 or 2 more skeins of the bamboo yarn in the colorways that I like, because I think for sure I am moving this direction for not clothing, but yeah, okay. I think I might do a giveaway for this just to, I don't know, get attention. I don't like the idea of that. I think it's kind of silly and like hard. I don't know. But I think this is something that I should look into. Anyways, I'm going to stop talking here. I think I showed you guys everything I made this week. And I need to get my makeup done so I can play Infinity Nikki and do a Let's Play with me. All right. Bye-bye. Happy Easter Landing.